When you do complex color grading in DaVinci Resolve for the iPad, did you know that you can actually use a tool, a technique that is called node stack? What it is, how to use it, I will show you in this video. Hi, if you're new, I'm Daniel. This is all about DaVinci Resolve and DaVinci Resolve on the iPad. So node stack allows management for complex grading workflows. When we come here to the color page and you have your node tree here, and let's say you make a couple of different adjustments, somewhere here, somewhere here, somewhere here, these kind of nodes can over time become very, very complex. And depending on how you use DaVinci Resolve, especially now on the iPad where the screen is a little bit smaller, of course you can make these kind of things here smaller and bigger, but not smaller than that one. Now they introduced something that is these node stack varieties. When we come up here, you probably know already that with this one we can change clip to timeline. Timeline, everything that I apply here. So if I make a node, and let's say for example here in that timeline node I change, let's say whatever, I make this one very dark. This will now apply to each clip in my timeline. That's why this one is called timeline. This will always go over on top of everything. Just if you didn't know that, now you know that. This was already there. We delete this, we don't need this. But here we just have one clip. But if we come to the settings, here on the settings, and we come to general options, we find here under color, node stack layer. At the moment it's one layer. But we can now change that, and that's new, up to 4 layers. If I change it to 4 layers, I can now give each layer even a name. It's now up to your workflow if you want to call this primary, secondary, whatever you want to call it. I will keep this now as L1, L2, L3, layer 1, 2, 3, and 4. So save. And now when I come back in here to this icon, we have clip 1, L1, clip 1, L2, clip 1, L3. So how this works. So let's say, for example, we select our first clip here. This was the complex node tree. And now I want to add something even more, and I don't want to make this even more complex. What I can do is now, this is saved in L1, layer 1 for clip 1. Now I can come here to clip 2. Now I get a fresh node graph, can start making my adjustments. And the way it works is it will always start with the first one, finish all the nodes, go to the second one, finish all of them. And that's basically just another separation. So you can then put something here in node 3 and so on, up to 4 levels that you can use. You still have timeline, and that works like I talked with you. And be aware, if I, for example, now are in L3 and I change to another clip, I'm also still in L3. So it will always keep the layer structure where I am right now. So you just have to keep that in mind. If you go to another clip and you want to start fresh, then you can go to L1. And there's one more thing that you can now do. If we want to copy a color grade, so let's say for example, here we did all of the different things. We have our layer 1, we have our layer 2, and so on, and so on, and so on. In the past, and that still works, you would select the clip where you want to copy everything, and then right click on the clip who you want to copy from. So in that case, this one here, and then you would say apply grade. That will copy everything. But we have a new option now too. We can now say apply active layer. So if I'm in layer 1 at the moment, and all of the settings that we wanted here, if let's say I want to only copy all of these settings, but not the settings from layer 2, then I can say here, I come into layer 1, select my clip, right click on this one, and I can say apply active layer. Now only that layer 1 will be applied, and if I go to layer 2, we have a different layer 2. We can start working on making different adjustments here to layer 2. Look, I know figuring out everything by yourself can take forever. That's why I created the DaVinci Resolve iPad Masterclass from beginner to pro, where I teach you everything about DaVinci Resolve step by step. I take you by hands, and you don't have to go through hundreds and hundreds of videos. It's one course, everything structured step by step. So check it out. There's a link in the description if this sounds like you. And if the video from today was helpful, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and ding-a-ding in the bam bang gong. We see us in the next video. I'm Daniel. Bye. Ciao.